Good morning, folks. Good morning, Ayabo. Ayabo, you're showing off yourself. Good morning, guys. Ayabo Natasha Congress. Good to see you. You know, we just came on and we saw Ayabo making some donations to our program in real time on YouTube. And we love that, folks. It's going to help us to go far away. We thank you for your contributions. We thank each and every one of you. Good morning, guys. Let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. That is how we want to be heard. Guys, please do let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. More clear than loud, perhaps. More clear than loud. But do let us know. Do let us know if you are hearing us loud and clear. Good morning to each and every one of you. As we said, we saw very early Ayabo is making some contributions to our program. And we're going to use that as the opportunity, folks, to say you can contribute to our programs live, right there on YouTube. If you're joining us via YouTube, look at the bottom of the comment section. You can see that dollar sign, and you guys can contribute to our program in the very same way. We also available via Zelle and PayPal. We also available, guys, via MMG, MoneyGram, Western Union. All of those facilities, Zelle, PayPal, Cash App, MMG, MoneyGram, Western Union, just for your convenience. Just for your convenience. We know some folks might have one and not have the other. And so, guys, it is all for your convenience. All for your convenience. And we want to thank Ayabo Natasha Congress for starting the morning off on that very, very high note. Good morning to each and every one of you guys. Welcome to FYI. Welcome wherever you guys are joining us from. Great to have each and every one of you here with us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to see a quick opportunity to share the live as we're at the back. You don't have to see us, twiddling. We're going to use the opportunity to share the live, and we encourage you guys to do the same. Share the live, smash that emoji button. We want to make sure that we're in all the right places. Good to see you, Onessa Wardeen and Ingrid King, Julian Mars, Marcia, Michael, Onessa Wardeen. Good to have you, Onessa. And all the other guys who are joining us, great to see you. I wish I had a bell. So just to give Ayabo a big shout out this morning for starting us off right. Starting we off right. Good morning, folks. Give us a share, folks. You know what we say? Share the damn life. Share the life. Share and expose. Share and expose. Good, folks. Good to have you guys here. Do let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. We got a couple of things to say that we get out of your face. You can go ahead and have a great Friday. Folks, go ahead and have a great Friday. Don't bother with them, boys. Don't bother with them. I mean, bother with them, but you understand. Don't bother with them. You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do and let people do what they got to do. We're going to take the opportunity to share the live as we're at the back end. We're going to take that opportunity so that everybody is receiving us. Good to have you, folks. Folks, it is Friday the 6th. I don't know why this chair creaking so much. It is. We got to oil it for the new year. It's Friday the 6th day of January. 6 days in, folks. We are 6 days in. We are 6 days in, folks. We gotta press a little bit. Don't wait, Don't wait. Pace and power, guys. Pace and power. Good morning, wherever you wonderful folks are joining us from. We are happy that you folks are here. I'm happy. I'm happy that you guys are here with us. Tremendously privileged and pleased that you folks are here with us. Good to have you, Anthony Jarvis and Siobhan McDonald. Great to have you, Irwin Dunn. And look, you see, on YouTube, when people donate to our platform, you see it right up there. You can actually see it. You can actually see it. That's how I know Ayabo came through for us. Thank you so much. And Pollyanna Schultz here with us as well. I see Renald Worrell is here as well. Good to have each and every one of you folks. Thanks so much for coming through. You're showing off yourself this morning. Anthony Jarvis, we see you. Annette Cummins, we see you as well. Siobhan McDonald, good to have you. Yep. Irwin Don says, I done share. Oh, you have to be like Irwin a little bit, man. You have to be like, we got to fight y'all every morning. I don't intend to do it. Let me start off right. We ain't going to fight y'all every living day. Please, guys. Please, don't let me get hungry. Don't let me start Friday right. We start Friday on a high note. Guys, so glad to see each and every one of you. So happy that you folks are here with us. Extremely happy that you folks are here with us. Thanks for coming through, each and every one of you. I'm just making sure I got everything I needed my end. Great to see you, folks. Great to see each and every one of you, wherever you guys are joining us from today. Wherever you guys are joining us from today, we are very happy that you folks are here with us. You are locked in and we loaded, all of you. Good to have you folks, and thanks for joining us wherever you folks are joining us from. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Beryl Crawford is here. I see Paula Hicks, Siobhan McDonald, Beatrice Selby is here as well. I see Calvin Ross is here. Guys, good to see you, Calvin and Beatrice, Tommy Gibbs. Good to have each and every one of you with us. Good folks. Great to have you guys with us. You're locked into the right place. We got a couple of things we want to share with you. Then we come out your face so that you guys can go ahead and have a fantastic Friday. That's what we're going to do. A quick share and then we out to your face. So you can go ahead and have a beautiful, fantastic Friday. We got a couple of things in the morning papers we want to share with you. For a couple, not plenty. Just a couple in the morning papers, folks, that we want to share with you guys. And then we're gonna let you folks go. Just a couple of things we want to share with you guys. Good to have Stephen here with us. I see lots of folks joining us. Where are you guys coming out from? Stephen is watching us. Paulette, as we said, Donna is watching us. I see Beatrice. Of course, Beatrice is here. Of course, Beatrice. I take widows. Tammy attention. Adil is here. Adil Beckles. Giselle Chipper is here as well, guys. Final show for the week. Final. We had such a week. You know, yesterday, I apologize up front. We were set to come on. We were set to come on at 12 o'clock for the podcast. We were actually waiting for the PNCR, People's National Congress Reform, their press conference to finish. And then as they were wrapping up, Mr. Norton alerted us that, you know, there was action at Caneview Mocha. Caneview Mocha. And some of you who joined us via YouTube would have seen we've already put up the graphic there. We're going to be on for the podcast. And that is how it has happened all week. It's not that we were skylarking, of course. Folks, we're not going to be having our podcast on the weekends. We're going to use the weekends to rest, to recuperate, and sometimes to do some stories too, to do some investigative work on the weekends. So we're not going to have our podcast on the weekend. We're going to be on the weekend if something happens and we have to be on the weekends, but we're going to use the weekends to, you know, recoup, regenerate, refire, and to do some work too behind the scenes on the weekends. But it's not this week, for those of you who are looking forward to the podcast, that we were skiving. Something came up and we were underground. And when we say we're underground, that's what we mean. We're out doing something to bring that information to you. And yesterday, we put up the graphic. We were right there waiting for the PNCR's press conference to finish, to share some of that information with you and some additional information. And then we heard Mr. Norton say there's an action happening down there at Caneview Mocha. And so we had to down tools from coming on air and to be there. And I'm certain that you guys are better for it. We brought you that information yesterday afternoon, 2 hours footage that we took there in Caneview Mocha. And then we came back last night with an abbreviated form of that. George, see, George made a contribution to our platform on YouTube. George N. made a contribution to the platform on YouTube. George, I want to thank you so much. I want to thank you so much. Right? I want to thank you so much for your contribution. Beatrice is saying, and Beatrice, thanks for the thing, eh? Thanks for the thing, Beatrice. Thank you. Beatrice is saying she deserves an award for being here at the start of every program. Yes, I agree. Beatrice is always the first. More times than not, she's always the first to be on. Thank you, Beatrice. I see Joan Rigby is here. Yolanda Thomas is here. Joel Ward is here. Oren Don Cook is here. George N, of course, is here. Good to have each and every one of you. Ava Niles is here. Great to have you, Ava and Yolanda, Joan, Oren. Joel Ward is here too, folks. And of course, George, Tommy Gibbs, Terrence Peden. Good to have you, Terrence, and all the other folks who are joining us. Of course, guys, it's our privilege. It's our privilege to have you folks here. And we got quite a few things, folks, we want to get to in the morning papers today. Quite a few things we want to get to and get the ball rolling. Quite a few things, folks. Take the opportunity to share the live. Yolanda Thomas has made a contribution to our program as well. Folks, y'all come out this morning. Yolanda Thomas, I see that contribution that you come. Folks, come out this morning. and making their contributions live on our program. Folks, we're so grateful. This is what keeps us moving on. I'm telling you, it's not wishful thinking. Lots of people talk about doing this and doing that, and it takes money. I ain't gonna fool y'all. It takes money, folks. It's not wishful thinking. It takes money to move the thing forward. Money to move the thing forward. And I'm so happy for those of you who, you do what you gotta do. You come out and you are helpful to us. You come out and you are helpful to us. I am very, very thankful for you guys. Extremely thankful for you guys, for your love and your support, your generosity. Some people don't make fuss. Don't make a fuss at all. Right? Some other people, they want to know, we're spending it on, who getting a whole set of story. But for the rest of you guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's so meaningful to us. Folks, it adds up. Some of you think that, I got $5. If I send it via Cash App, then boys going to look down at me how they're firing and I always send it $5. Folks, it adds up. You don't bother with that. You just rock and come in. Folks, happy Friday. It's raining where we are in the national capital city. Happy Friday. It is raining where we are. We trust it's where you are. It's a little better. Vashti Magnot. Good to have you, Vashti. And if it's Vashti, it's close by, Rupert right there. Rupert is right there. Roxanne Aaron and Stan Bourne, Beatrice Selby. Good to have you, Louisa De Silva, Joel Ward, and all you other fantastic folks who are here with us. Folks. We love this time with y'all. It's a slow pace than the evening program. We love this time with y'all. Good to have each and every one of you here, folks. One of the things we're following this morning, just one of the things we're following in the morning papers, is this headline. Yep, travelers from China, they're telling us, now going to be required for COVID tests entering into Guyana. Lots of European countries, we saw even America move in this direction, North America, Europe, moving in this direction because of what's happening in China. China has an explosion of COVID-19, and we told you guys, lots of it is being attributed to the fact that the Chinese vaccine, the Chinese COVID-19 vaccine, did not have the kind of efficacy that they were purporting to have. Did not have the kind of efficacy, again, that they were purporting to have. And so that is one of the things responsible for this explosion. Michaela Andrews. I'm going to start the clock for people who contributed to our program. I see Michaela Andrews. Again, this feature is only available on YouTube. Sadly, because of the part of the world we are, it's not available on Facebook. But we're going to fix this soon. We're going to fix that soon. People cannot contribute directly to our program on Facebook because, we're in a dead zone here in the Caribbean and in Central America because of where Guyana is situated. But they can do it on YouTube, contribute directly to our program. I saw Michaela Andrew Coates just made a contribution to our program. Michaela, thank you. Again, folks, every cent helps us. I know, people think unless you're giving me 500 US, let's give you 500 US, and 1,000 and 1,500 US, folks, every cent, every dollar helps us to keep the lights on and the door open. And I have no apology for that. You can't do this business without money. It takes money to do it. And you can imagine the advertisers beating down the door to come and say, let's help you guys do this. You can imagine. Right? You can imagine the amount of advertisers. You can just imagine. Yep. But good to see you folks. And we are tremendously happy that you folks are here with us. We enter into the morning papers. And again, one of the headlines that we're looking at is the fact that they're saying that China, travelers from China, let me put it that way, are going to be required to have a COVID negative test when they enter Guyana. And we said already that lots of other European countries, they are moving in this particular direction. Yep, one of the other things, guys, we're following on in the morning papers, look, Comrade Lawrence and Joseph, along with, I saw Dr. Cummins, not refusing to testify, but pleading the fifth, the right to remain silent. This is Valder Lawrence, Carol Joseph, and Dr. Cummins. Pleading the fifth, the right to remain silent. You have that right. I hope Soko don't arrest them. Soko don't like this. People who exercise the right to remain silent. You remember Attorney Law, Jamaica Clark of Hughes, Fields and Sobey, the best law firm in the country. Hughes, Fields and Sobey. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? They don't like this thing, people exercising the constitutional right to be silent. Let's get vexed. Them boys is get vexed bad. Right, so we saw that yesterday. Comrade Walter Lawrence, Carol Joseph, and Comrade Cummins. You got a right to remain. Nobody can force you to talk. It is your God-given right, constitutional right to remain silent. And as they quote-unquote took the stand yesterday, that is some of what we saw as the ladies took the stand yesterday. God-given right to remain silent. Nobody can force you. Right? They cannot force you. They're not come on you funny. Nobody can force you. It's a God-given right, folks, to remain silent. And that is one of the things that we saw. Do I have it right? Let me make sure I have it right. Yeah, one of the things, guys, we saw yesterday. Exercising a God-given right to remain silent. Who vex? A God-given right to remain silent. And another story that we're following here in the morning papers. Look at this one, guys. Look at this one here. They're telling us, the Mocha confrontation, Starbuck News. Folks, Starbuck News editorial today is required reading on this Mocha story. It is required reading on Mocha. I'm going to try to get through a couple paragraphs in it, but it is absolutely required and necessary reading. Starbuck News editorial, you know, it is what it is. But this government here, and I'm happy that other folks are recognizing it. The header for the editorial is the Mocha confrontation. Mocha confrontation. And Starbuck News makes some interesting points here. Right? Some very, very interesting points here. Starbuck News, first and foremost, let me tell you, agrees that these houses, not in the part of the road. Starbuck News agrees these houses, right, not in the part of this road. So I want to get it out of the way very early. So this thing about houses blocking the road and all that, I don't want to say the patent, it's a lie. And Starbuck News pointed that out. You got to go look for yourself. Don't take our word for it, my word, the opposition word. Right? It is not in the part of the road, and Starbuck News, let me say them is the middle ground. And I just want to read a couple of the paragraphs in this account here. This editorial that Starbuck News put together. Because it says the government really doing stupidness. And they know they're wrong too. Right? They know they're wrong, and it seems like it's different strokes for different folks. Different strokes for different folks when it comes to these how land is being distributed, how even what do you call it? Squatter settlements. How even squatter settlements are being organized. Yep. And you know what the paper said? If and when, guys, if and when the administration put back people there, or sell those lands to people, or give those lands to people outside of the people who were inhabiting it, right? That can be another story. That is going to be another story. So I want to just touch on a couple of these paragraphs here in the Starbuck News editorial for you folks. But I want to recommend it on the whole as required reading. Right? I want to recommend it as required reading. And let me just pick up on that specific paragraph I just mentioned to you. The editorial says here, the residents still have not been told why it is they have to move when the road will pass behind their houses. Starbuck News. The residents still have not been told why it is they have to move when the road will pass behind their houses, and whether if after the road is built, their area will be given out to businessmen or others to occupy. If the Ministry of Housing wonders why it is not trusted, it can start there. If the ministry, Starbucks News editorial today, wonders why it is not trusted, it can start there. And then there's the matter of the farm animals. You know, the people there into farming. They rear cow and goats and chickens and duck. There's a matter of the farm animals, Starbucks News says. Surely it could have done better than offer a new diamond apartment. There's socio-economic conditions at work. And that is why Starbucks News in this editorial makes the point, these squatter settlement is not a one-size-fits-all, and they have to be dealt with on a case-by-case basis. That's the point Starbucks News is making in this editorial. That you can't give a man who farming apartment in the middle of somewhere and say, all right, relocate. Right? Was it really not prepared to continue discussions about relocation? Was it really not prepared to continue discussions about relocation for the farmers, for example, so they could continue their traditional occupation? Starbucks News editorial, does it really want to be accused of achieving rehousing at the cost of destroying the livelihoods of those unhoused, or rather those rehoused? This is Starbucks News editorial. Right? This is Starbucks News editorial. Again, pointing out that they got lots of issues that I would work here. Another paragraph. You all go read the article. That's homework. Read the editorial. The minister has blamed the opposition for the turn of events, calling Cole. But he is refusing to acknowledge his ministry's own role in the story. Folks, this didn't write by APNU, didn't write by PNC office, didn't write by AFC, WPA, it didn't write any of those places. Starbucks News is contending in its editorial today that Colin Cole, right, is refusing to acknowledge the ministry owns action. Here how. While he says it was trying to engage residents, as with the government as a whole, it really does not do consultation well, the government. They don't do consultation well. After the first meeting, the community was promised more, but none came. So they had one engagement with the community. So we can come back and we can talk and move things forward. Colin and them boys. But you know what came? They didn't come. The bulldozers came. The excavator, the HIMAC. And they all saw what happened there. That is what came. And folks, that's Starbucks News editorial today. Aptly titled, The Mocha Confrontation. And we're going to show you guys some of that. We're going to show you guys some of that, but we want to head into the international news, folks. We want to head into some of the international news and show you what's happening on that front. What is brewing, guys, on the international front this morning? And folks, it's quite a thing. We're in the morning brew, folks. It's quite a thing brewing on the international front that we think you wonderful, beautiful folks ought to know about. Quite a couple things brewing on the international front. Folks, it's a wild, wild world out there, you know. Wild, wild world out there. But we are happy that you guys are here with us. Folks like Orwin Dunn and Candida Linda, Jeet, Annette Cummins, Yolanda Thomas, here with us. We are pleased and privileged to share with you some of the things that are brewing out there this morning. Very serious one. A very, very serious one, guys, is this. Very serious one. This is you. You remember El Chapo? All right. We come around to him. Remember to about the jailbreak? in Mexico, we want to give you an update on that. About 30 inmates escaped. There was a jailbreak to free this Mexican cartel leader, El Nito. That's what they call him, El Nito. This cartel leader there in, let me get my notes some other place. Yeah, this cartel leader, guys, in Mexico. This is what the jailbreak was about. Well, that didn't end so well for him because he died recently in a shootout. They tell us in an escape. This kingpin, they call him a cartel kingpin, known as El Nito, died after a shootout yesterday morning. 4 days after he fled from this prison in what they are deeming as a mass violent outbreak. El Nito, his full name is Ernesto Alfredo Pinon de la Cruz. Yeah, lots of names there. Ernesto Alfredo Pinon de la Cruz, known as El Nito, cartel kingpin. He is the fellow that they were set on breaking out of prison, and did so. And for 4 days he was on the run. He met his demise yesterday. Early in the morning, they tell us. Very, very early in the morning. And folks, in the region, another news item in Mexico as well, before I head to that regional item in Jamaica. The son of El Chapo, that other drug kingpin who is incarcerated at the moment, he has been captured by authorities. The son of El Chapo, another cartel kingpin, El Chapo, his son has been detained by the authorities, and that is causing some major issues in Mexico right now. Rioting and all of that. Protests and all of that. Because the son is now a guest of the state. Yep. In Jamaica, a bit of sad news. There was a pastor and 2 missionaries in 2019 who were brutally murdered in Jamaica. Well, their families heading down there this week because the trial for the 2 men who are accused of murdering these missionaries. The trial of those men is set to begin this very week, and the family saying that they're hoping for justice. Now, this is a very, very sad story. And I want to read a couple of paragraphs from the report that we have. A tremendously sad story about what's happening there. They said we're going down there to honor our loved ones and to show that we still remember them. Right? This is one of the wives talking, right? And she lamented the extended delay of the start of the trial, and noting how the island justice system is very slow. According to the young woman, the men originally confessed, and now they are saying that they were coerced into those confession. They were coerced into those confession. Lots of emotions here, folks, as you can tell. But the story is that these 2 missionaries were reportedly seen alive in a place called Tower Isles, St. Mary's, on motorcycles about 8 a.m. on Saturday, April 30th in 2016. Residents later stumbled upon their bodies in bushes. 2016. One of them was found with his hands bound and his face down, and the other was found with his head bashed in. Autopsies later confirmed that one of the guys died from a gunshot wound, and the other died from gunshot and chop wounds as well. And the family still trying to get closure, asking for justice for their loved ones. And believe it or not, the spouse says that having to go down there is like reopening a wound all over again. Reopening a wound all over again. And we can understand that. We can definitely understand. And that's one of the things we are tracking in the region, folks. And of course, we come to the 592. Within the 592, folks, we're going to show you what's brewing in the 592. Some things good and some things not so much. Some things are good and some things not so much. We want to just give attention to a couple of things that are happening, guys, in the 592. First and foremost, we would have you know that we seem to come to like a proper conclusion on the whole hairstyle business, on the hairstyle things. A decent conclusion on the hairstyles, folks. Hairstyle. A decent conclusion, because they're telling us that students will no longer be penalized for hairstyles. No longer penalized for hairstyles, and that was a missive that was sent from the Ministry of Education to school. It's the first proper thing in a long time. First proper thing in a long time. Folks, this is called progress. It is called progress. Like the way we were supposed to be dealing with the folks there in Caneview, Mocha. That's not progressive. That's backward. Right? That's dictatorial. But like I said, this here, I could give a little tick here. Good. Nothing got nothing to do with hairstyle. It ain't got nothing to do with hairstyle. And I'm happy to see they're relaxing, penalizing students. You know, boys come with the hair long or the hair plait, or girls got the hair a certain way, and all of that. It means that they wouldn't learn. That's foolishness, is backward. Right? And, you know, we could say we used to think like that, but thank God for progress. Thank God for progress. Way out here, and I'm happy to see that we are moving forward on this issue. But look story here now. Look story here, folks. In the same papers, in the same newspapers like the Chronicle, right, and the DPI and them publications, in the same papers, I want to show you something. I want to show you how barefaced them boys barefaced. Right? I want to show you how barefaced they're barefaced. And I can beg you all. Right? Barefaced and barefaced. Look story here. Now squatters, right? On the west side, squatters on the west side received titles to land that they were on for decades. For decades. Squatters on the west side. They weren't bulldozed. Folks, the 16 days of hypocrisy, then are still continuing. In the same papers. In the same papers. Folks, I want to see some of the comments. In the same papers, the 16 days of hypocrisy finish. Pauline John is done yet. Gail Alicock in the same papers. I see condemnation after condemnation, of course, by the usual suspects in the government. For the people of Mocha, Caneview Mocha, in the same papers. 76 West Side squatters received titles. Right? Received titles. Folks, the PPP pushing people in this country, you know. This installed cabal pushing people in this country. But I remember a situation in the East Coast. And I want to rehearse what a big auntie said. Don't cut where you can't fetch. Don't do it. Don't cut where you can't fetch. Candy, Stephen Kellan, Joel Ward, same papers, Tammy Gibbs, Donna McDonald. In the same papers, 76 West Side squatters received title. Marlon Lorimer, not bulldozing. Right? Not shots fired at them. Not riot police. Titles to the lands they have been squatting on for decades. And this is the morning I want people like the buffoon, Guyana Spectator, who loves to shout, squatting is illegal. For who? John Jones, squatting is illegal for who? Natasha Singh Lewis, squatting is illegal for who? I see MP Natasha Singh Lewis saying that we're gathering things for the folks and families of Mocha. Folks, if you want to be part of that, you're here and you want to be part of that, contact MP Singh Lewis. I'm certain accommodations can be made. Y'all want to help, you want to give to the folks of Mocha. Contact Natasha Singh Lewis. It's the hypocrisy for me. Remember, I don't think you had 76 people living on Caneview, Mocha. I don't think you had 76. And I have no problem with the folks on the west side receiving the titles. You see? But when we talk about discrimination, and I love Starbuck News because on Starbuck News front page, can I pull it up here? I don't think I can do it big. Apologies. I don't think I can do it, we can do it big, but I think we can pull up what's on the Starbuck News front page. Let me not try to let it be busy. And show you Starbuck News. Do we have it? I don't know if we have it. Do we? Yeah, I think we have the right one now. Got both stories on the front page. The squatters and the 76. On their front page. I don't think we're showing the whole front page there, but it's on their front page. But check it online. I think Starbuck News making a point on the hypocrisy. I think they're making a point of the hypocrisy. Because that is what it is. Hypocritical. Hypocritical. That's what it is. 76 squatters received titles, folks. Wow. And they have a right to. But it's only in a racist country you're going to give some people titles and you wouldn't give the others. It's only in a racist country you're going to do things like that. You're going to give some and you leave some without. Moving on, folks, we're circling back to that. We're circling back to that. Circling back to that, folks. We got this story we're looking at with this 28-year-old who is serious after this hit and run. Seriously injured after this hit and run. And they're telling us in this story here, let me make sure I got the notes right. Right. This is Lonsdale Todd is the name of the person. Lonsdale Todd was on West Coast roadway. Just went to the jealousy with his family, taking out photographs and having a good time at the family park at the jealousy and the West Coast, the West Side. And the mother said where they were about to sit was wet because it was raining. And he left to go back to the car for a rat to dry the spot off. And he left okay and so on. Had to cross the road to get his vehicle. And the account is that he was on the side of the road. On the side of the road when he was knocked upside down. Lonsdale Todd, he was on the side of the road when he was hit upside down. And the driver went along like as an animal. Even animals, you're not supposed to treat like that. Like he was nothing. Knocked down a human being and just, what's it comes to do? Our thoughts and prayers go out to him. And if you know you harboring a fugitive, that driver who hit down Lonsdale Todd and left, you're wicked. Police looking for a gun. Police gone missing. Police gone missing. We told you of an instance in Babis where a policeman was beaten up by an angry mob. They send the riot squad there. Policeman beaten up by an angry mob. They just left a Gymkhana event in that region, and a senior police officer, the account says, has given this junior rank his weapon for safekeeping. And after this junior rank got in confrontation with these men and was beaten up, regretfully, they realized the gun can't be found. And so they're looking for the firearm. They said they searched a number of homes in that region looking for the firearm. Looking for the firearm. We hope they find that. Hope they find that. We hope if you all got the people firearm, please give it back. You all harboring the man that hit and run Lonsdale Todd, hand him over to the police. Stop your stupidness, please. Circling back now to what's been happening, guys, there at what's been happening. Caneview Mocha. You know, Lincoln Lewis has a letter in today's newspapers. Lincoln Lewis has a letter in today's newspapers, guys. They want to share some of the contents with you folks. Again, like Sabbath News in its editorial, attacking this issue of Mocha. Attacking this issue of Mocha. And in this letter in the papers, veteran trade unionist Lincoln Lewis says this: even if the land is state land, even if the land is state reserve, as they are claiming, and which they have provided no evidence of, there is a right and a wrong way of doing things. And I'm certain you guys would agree with us. There's a right way and a wrong way of doing things. More so, he says, when it is known to all and sundry, the PPP encouraged squatting, using it as a political weapon, and to reconfigure its electoral chances. Further, the treatment being meted out to the people of Mocha is not being meted out to other Guyanese, 76 titles for squatting land. The treatment being meted out to the people of Mocha is not being meted out to other Guyanese, considered supporters of the PPP, right? Or where other ethnic groups dominate. That's one of the comments here in this letter by veteran trade unionist Lincoln Lewis. He goes on to say, no efforts are being spared to accommodate these persons' demands. No efforts. Right? The considered supporters, no efforts being spared to consider their demands. The 76 who just get a title. Again, nothing against those folks. All of us are Guyanese and all of us are entitled to land and the title to the land. But veteran trade unionist Lincoln was making the point, no everything being spared, well, it's their supporters. Right? So, ensure comparable relocation, cost and land, and regularize the land situation so the rights to own property and earn can be safeguarded. So when it's your constituency, you do one thing, but when it's somebody else, that's the hypocrisy. And that is the racism in the damn thing. Veteran trade unionist Lincoln Lewis asked the question, finally, are the people of Mocha Arcadia not deserving of similar respect and treatment? Are the people of Mocha Arcadia not deserving of the same respect and treatment? That's the question, folks. That is the question. For those of you who missed what transpired yesterday afternoon at Mocha, right? Look at the respect and treatment meted out to the people of Mocha. We're going to give you guys a couple minutes of it. There's 2 hours worth on our Facebook page and other social media networks. We put out yesterday afternoon on Credible Sources Facebook page. We know definitely 2 hours worth of it. We just give you a couple minutes here for brevity of the program. Look at the respect, folks, and the treatment of the folks down there in Mocha. Right? That's what the question is. Are the Lincoln Lewis Veteran Trade Union is asking the question, are the people of Mocha not deserving of similar respect and treatment? Yeah? Not deserving? Look the answer. Look the answer for us, folks. You're going to want to share and expose. You're going to want to share the damn. Look the respect and treatment. Look the respect and treatment. Right here. Just getting a better view. What's happening here? The situation here. No, don't throw anything. I'm begging you all. No, don't felt anything. Don't throw anything. Don't throw anything. Folks, there you have it. They managed to take the shop down. We got police officers all at the back there. Police officers all at the back there. Gonna try to get in on that. And these guys are protecting the path of the vehicles of this excavator. That was happening there. Police are in the back there. This is happening. This is the operation underground today, day 3, Caneview Mocha. There's the goings on. That's cases and cases of drink.
That's cases and cases of drink. Just bring this right there. Cases and cases of drink. Wow. Wow. There's cases and cases of drinks being destroyed. Cases and cases of drinks being destroyed. That's somebody's livelihood there. That's somebody's livelihood. Somebody's livelihood here. Somebody's livelihood literally being destroyed. Cases and cases of drinks. Cases upon cases of drinks just being destroyed. Case upon cases of drink. Been destroyed. Case upon cases of drink been destroyed. Watch yourself, watch yourself. All right, I'm gonna try to.
All right, brother. All right, brother.
All right, the police are coming through this way now. Don't know what the advance is. But this is the situation here. I don't know what the advance is.
Oh, Father, just I don't think that is right. It's not right, boss.
Yeah. All right. I'm stepping away now, folks. The leader of the opposition is coming over this side. The leader of the opposition is coming over. The leader of the opposition is coming this way. The leader of the opposition is here. The opposition is here. The opposition is here. You saw that with people on it. Didn't matter. Didn't matter.
Y'all need to understand.
Alright, the presence of the leader of the opposition seems to have halted actions here.
Excuse me, can we pause?
You have to come to front.
Underground here. The excavator just hit this bridge with folks and it didn't seem to matter. Didn't seem to matter. There's a woman still on the inside. Woman still on the inside. Still on the inside. I'm pulling this way to get some of that. Yeah, folks still on the inside on this side. There's a woman still on the inside here. What happened there? Police look as though they're going to come through and try to clear the house and then do the demolition. That looks as though it's going to be the call.
Wickedness. Total wickedness. Just because no man, white people must stand out to take from protect next to nothing.
Here it goes, folks. Here it goes. this day of the new year 2023.
Charge, you say big how much charge, John?
Folks, I'm going to pull back a little bit now. Step on this side. Try and get a sense. All right. I'm trying to go over and folks are still coming over. Just going to continue to pull back. Very volatile situation. Very volatile situation. No fucking justice in this place. This place sickening. Folks, you're seeing this. Folks, you're seeing this. Shots fired here, folks. Shots fired here. Shots are being fired. Shots are being fired.
There's somebody up in the air. I said, there's somebody up in the air. There's somebody up in the air. There's somebody up in the air. There's somebody up in the fucking air. I am on.
Very volatile situation here.
Yep, folks, that is some of the events as they transpired yesterday, guys, at Mocha. Just some of the events. It was a very, very volatile afternoon. Very, very volatile afternoon. We said we were set to come on when we heard what was happening there, and we rushed over there. Sheila Boyd Child, Nedelia Barrow, Bob Marine, Naomi Drucker, Maureen Williams. Yep. That's the one Guyana we're living in. And this morning, the papers, right? This morning in the papers, let me see if I can bring back up the headline. 76 squatters, West Side, they tell us, receive titles. That's the one Guyana. 76. There is Colin Crowell smiling. Not angry, smiling. And you see the folks in Mocha, they ain't got no right to be there. And folks who squatting elsewhere for decades, according to them, they get title for them same land. Starbuck News established independently that those houses in Mocha, they're not in the part of the road. Ain't no way close to the road. But that's the one Guyana. The one Guyana folks, 76. I glad for them. I want to be glad for the people of Mocha too. KNV Mocha, I want to be happy for them too. Folks, that's going to do it for us. We're going to see you guys later on in the day. That is going to do it for us for FYI this morning. Folks, ensure that you share the live. We got to share and expose. Share and expose. Before you go, folks, even if you partner with us to keep the programs going, let a contribution be that you share the live, that you smash that emoji button wherever you're joining us from this morning. Let that be your contribution. Right? Maybe things let tight by you. Maybe you trust me. Let that be your contribution. Share the live, smash that emoji button, folks, so that we can keep on going. And that helps the algorithm. No word, all in fancy word. More people can see. More people will know. Do that before you go, folks. And thanks for all of those persons who contributed to our program this morning as well. Right? With the hard-earned money. And I'm certain you see by now what we want to do, what we're aiming to do. Valid, credible information. Joyce Prince, Kingston, Cheryl Ben, Lester Williams, Deborah Leach. Good to have each and every one of you with us this morning, folks. That's going to do it for us at this end. Remember, folks, we encourage you guys to partner with us. And folks, before we run off, and in other news, well, not necessarily news, but I want you guys to know, I almost forgot that we were down there during the course of this week at one of our favorite bookstores, Austin Bookstore. We want to improve, we want to increase our reading this year. I am not doing nearly as much reading as I should be doing. And this is reading just for leisure. We read a lot of newspapers, internationally, locally, curating information that we think would interest you folks. But I have not been giving myself to a lot of leisure reading. I love to read. I love to read, and I got to pick up on my own reading this year, and we were encouraging you guys to do the same. So we were scouting out some books down at Austin's quite recently, and we spoke to the proprietor of Austin's, and they got some new books that are in that we want to share with you folks. They got some new books, guys, that are in at Austin's that we want to share with you guys. New books that are here as we together. We're growing this year, you know. We can't stay one way all the time. We just can't, folks. We can't stay one way all the time. Here's some of what Austin's told us as we were down there about some new books that they got. Yep, new books at Austin's.
I'm happy to be able to tell you and to bring you the news that we have now got many of the favorite things you've been looking for in December for Christmas presents. Across here, we got these perennial bestseller classics: Kidnapped, Little Women, Little Men, Joe's Boys, Treasure Island, Robinson Crusoe, and so on. Further down the line, you will see Enid Blyton's. I think we got about 45 different titles of Enid Blyton's, the Secret Sevens and the Famous Fives, and all the other series that she has. Going even further down this line of the store, we got some of these classics at the top here. Those are here for the Christmas season, but I think people prefer the more colorful looking ones. They are so well written and adjudged to be classic. It's something that conferred upon them, like how you say sir and madam and so on. These books, because of the quality, have been deemed to be classics by those in the literary world. Not all books are designated classics. It's a special breed of books, a special type. So when you pick up a Kidnap and all these kinds of books here, these are considered classics. Oh, I just put my eyes upon Tolkien's The Hobbit. We haven't had this in the store for years. And we got now a number of them. Battles of Tolkien. What's this one? Atlas of Tolkien. You got even a dictionary of Tolkien. Dark Powers of Tolkien. And then we got to move over to the other side where we have some really attractive children.
Yeah, guys, that's just some of what's happening down there at Austin's bookstore. I've been telling you guys, that's one of my favorite places. That's one of my favorite places. When I touch down there, when I touch down by Austin's, I come home. Loved it. Got some great books, guys. Some great books. Give yourself the gift of learning, reading this year. Let me read some more together. We can keep you guys posted on what's happening down there with books, folks. Where books are concerned, with books, we gotta grow together. Together, good folks. We gotta grow together. Thanks for joining our broadcast, each and every one of you. That's gonna do it for us on FYI. For your information, guys. For your information, that's gonna do it for us. That's gonna do it, and you all know too. You all know. You know, we love to recommend things to you guys, and the law firm of Alistair Collins is one we want to recommend to you folks. Justice of the Peace, Commissioner of Old Safley Davis. You got to do your declarations. You got to do them other things, folks. The Alistair Collins Law Firm. Let it be the one for you folks. They can give you good guidance. They're going to give you good guidance. Yep.
For all your legal document needs and more, the Alistair Collins firm is the place for you. If you are looking to have your statutory declarations done, affidavit of income, affidavit of identity, or guidance replacing your damaged or lost passport or lost license, you need the Alistair Collins firm. They can also help you with tenancy agreements, agreements of settlement, your power of attorney, your last will and testament, and certification of documents. The Alistair Collins firm is located at the Callion Mall, 162 Lamar Street in Georgetown between Camp and Waterloo Streets. Alistair Collins is a commissioner of oaths to affidavits and a justice of the peace. You can also call them at 649-6410 or 685-6446 or 503. Collins Firm. Help when you need it.
We gone now, folks. We gone now. We gone for truth. We gone for truth. Thanks for being here with us, guys. Chisel Chipper. I see Daphne Aaron. Daphne says she loves Wuthering Heights. Good book. Good book. Good book, Daphne. Great book. Valletta, we're going to improve together this year, folks. And I don't know, I like the physical book in my hand. I still buy a couple on Kindle and so on, but I love that physical book, to feel that book in your hand, that paper. You see? To smell those pages, to see them get old and dog ear and so on. I like that, you know? Hit my son in a little bum. Stop behaving mischievous with a book. You know, Isabella Butters, we see you there. Ram Singh Singh, we recommend. Go down by Austin and pick up a book, man. They got a lot. School books. You got books for every subject imaginable. You got some good creative writers there. I saw Michelle Obama's new book is there. The Light We Carry. I bought it for my wife's New Year present. I think a score point or two. That's going to do it for us, guys, before we go on longer. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for joining us this morning. Stay safe. The light we carry.